I spoke to the ghost of my great-grandmother on the telephone. I didn't recognize her voice because she had died over 60 years before I was born. But a very elderly-sounding lady called and calmly told me to tell Essie it is time to come home now. I kept telling her she had the wrong number, but she was adamant that I pass along the message. 2 hours later, my grandmother's assisted living home called and told us that my grandmother Esther had passed away in her sleep. Her mother had died when she was 16, and Essie was my grandmother's childhood nickname. This was 25 years ago, and thinking about it still makes the hair on my neck stand on end. Back when I was in the Army, we ran into something pretty unexplainable during a regular navigation exercise. So navigation exercises are pretty standard throughout the world. Given a map and some coordinates, you have to find checkpoints using a compass. Of course, each squad was given a signal set to use in case of emergencies, or just to add to the weight they had to lug around. It's part of their kit anyway. There's a GPS embedded inside, but it's old school and gives coordinates only. Close to the end of the exercise, a squad had fallen hopelessly behind, but they were on their way to the last checkpoint. So I was in charge of the last checkpoint with another fellow instructor. We knew they were around us in about a kilometer radius. We couldn't spot them due to foliage. We waited and waited for about 1 to 2 hours. You don't mess up so freaking bad that you can't figure out a checkpoint that's a kilometer away. We radioed them and did not get a reply till a half hour after the initial call. They were frantic. Seems like they were walking around in circles and seeing similar landmarks. It was apparently pitch dark where they were, and this was around 6 p.m. where the sun was only just starting to set. Me and the other trainer told them not to move, and we hiked to their position using an electronic GPS. And at the coordinates given, we found no one. The forest was also eerily quiet. No insects, no birds, just dead silence. It was pretty unnerving. The radio set was silent. Not even static was coming out. We radioed them again, and they said they were at the same coordinates as us, but I saw no one. We decided to hike back to the checkpoint and wait. We gave them the coordinates to the checkpoint. About an hour later, they emerged. Took them 4 hours plus to find a checkpoint like a kilometer away. During final briefing, one of them told me they seemed to walk around in circles. They kept leaving marks on trees using a blade, but when they came back to what should have been the tree that they marked, the mark was gone. They also felt like they were being followed. But that should just be the forest and exhaustion playing tricks on them, right? Don't forget to sleep with your lights on.